What's up, everybody? It's Troy here, and welcome back to another cast of the Rise of the Witch King patch 2.2 version 7. And today we have a 2v2 on the plains of Rohan. So yeah, it's been a while since I've done a cast. And as soon as it loads up, I will swap to the game. Once we're in the middle of the screen there. There we are. Excellent. So yeah, it's been a while since I've done an actual YouTube video. This isn't being streamed live or anything. I'm just recording a YouTube video, which is a rarity for myself, of course, nowadays. But here we are. In a 2v2, we have MattysMirk as Men of the West. We have his ally BraBox as Elves. The opposing team, we have Turin as Goblins. And then we have the last player, MayShadowFax as Angmar. So we got Angmar and Gobs versus Elves and Men. Good versus evil. Excellent. Who will triumph? Well, let's find out. Alright, so it looks like we got a stable start, rather, coming up from Matty. So we'll be going Cav. BraBox going for a barrack start. Turin's going for some Goblins. This first battalion Goblin Warriors already out in the field, and they'll begin heading towards the opponent's base. And of course we have Thrall Masters coming out for MayShadow. Cool. Yeah, there's no face cam, no stream element to this one. It's just gonna be straight video time. So I'll probably be throwing these in every now and then when I, quite frankly, woke up too late to do a stream. So I thought it was better than not having any video for YouTube, you know? It's been like, what, 5 days since I did a Rise of the Witch King video? Figured you guys need something. Upcast will do. We got Gondor Knights out in the field for that one guy, Matty. I remembered his name. This, of course, is on the HD edition of Rise of the Witch King, which will never be available to the public. At least we can enjoy watching some of it. I say never, it's just whenever they finish it. Whenever they get around to it. Who knows when. Alright, we got 2 Goblin Caves going on. So we'll begin trying to defend against the Cav spam with that. I don't know why I immediately called it spam. It's a single battalion of Cav. Hardly defines itself as spam, does it? But Cav is spam. Always. Doesn't even make sense. Alright, will the Axlors be able to defend this mill? They seem to be doing a decent job. There's gonna be some Thrall summoning here. Oh, Wolf Rider Thralls, no less. And that's gonna make BraBox have a bit of a tricky time. Problem for Elves is, of course, Angmar has very easy access to Thrall Master Wolf Riders, which of course shuts down their swordsmen very well. And then they're forced to go pikes. And then Gundabad Orcs and the Dire Wolves shut down the pikes really well, so Elves could struggle. We'll see. Wolf Riders aren't the best Cav, it's gotta be said though, but they do, as you see, do the damage when they need to sometimes. Here comes a bunch of Goblin Warriors here. There goes the War Chance. Being placed by Matty, showing he's in a bit of a pickle. One farm has been lost. BraBox does have some Elven Archers here, Solarian Archers to help. They should be able to defend this without losing too much. There's still a fair amount of Goblins. He might even get the well. I doubt he'll get the archer range though. And many more Goblins are on the way down, or up rather, for Turin. Looks like one of his Goblin Caves did get knocked down, undoubtedly by the Cav that Matty sent down. MayShadow microing his dire wolves around. Trying to get him around to the archer line, it looks like. BraBox putting his guys in porcupines, so they're tanky. Or they're recalled, but of course they're just going to get eaten alive by the dire wolves. And and the Axors, especially the Direwolves. Direwolves are made to counter pikes, so they'll do quite nicely. So I say MayShadow's got a good scenario over here on the right side going for him. We'll see what BraBox does to try and overcome that. He's going really into Lancers. Try and help him out. A little cav action might be pretty good. And here we have some poor Mythlon sentries getting slaughtered by thousands of goblins. Turin's definitely going heavy on the goblin spam. This you can call spam, of course, because it literally is a tidal wave of goblin filth. Alright, we got a couple of battalions going to archers here. We should be okay against this. Looks like Turin did manage to ninja a bit of the loot, though, from that. What is over here exactly? I don't know what the rubble of that was. Probably wargs or something. And Turin is continuing to be very aggressive. I'm putting Matty on the defensive. Matty going heavy on archers, trying to counter all this spam, which will work, but won't work at the same time. You won't be able to make a big offensive push with that, as you might expect. So, of course, need some other stuff. Got some Rivendell Lancers now for BraBox. Looks like his archers and stuff are not in a good spot, but they are holding. Although slowly being picked off by these Axors here, and in come a blob of goblins. Managing to get the flank off as well, and trapping all of BraBox's archers. A very nice play by Turin there. BraBox does have a statue there. I do love that statue, it's pretty cool. So BraBox is definitely going to be on the heavily defensive center spot here. We'll see if he can hold back this tide. If he's careful with his cav, he can kind of run down the outskirts, but if he gets caught in the middle of that block, he's insta-gibbed. So he has to be very cautious. You got Half-Troll Marauders, or what's it called? Swordsmen. Marauders and Pikes, of course. Half-Troll Swords to accompany the Goblin Hordes now. And now we have some Rohan Spearmen to accompany the archers. Although, unfortunately, completely out of position to defend said archers. So I think Matty's army is going to get overwhelmed there pretty easily, especially with that tainted land. Speaking of which, let's have a look at powers real quick. MayShadow's got his Fellwind, Fortune, and a 5. He's on 319, 450. We got Matty, the Men of the West player, sitting on 5 and a Rally Call, 147, 450. Turin, the Goblin player, has got 2 5 power points, 0 in the bank, and 400 something of 675 command points. We will defend the Elven lands. And BraBox, of course, the Elf player, has himself a Rally Call, 8 power points, and 462 of 560 command points at the moment. So looks like MayShadow is climbing pretty fast on the command point front, or the power point front rather. Probably both. There we go. It looks like Mandy's starting to fend off the Goblin Hordes a little bit better. Now he's got 2 battalions of cav out. And just a lot of solid infantry and archer support there to fend off the spam. It might be okay. But we shall see. Eventually Goblin spam stops becoming super great if the enemy army starts getting a lot of stuff. So he'll have to transition into adding extra stuff like Spider Riders. Maybe more Goblin Archers would be good in this army. Or just save for Drogoth. No, just kidding. That's madness. But it's fun madness. But if you're able to save for a Drogoth, then something's not going right for the enemy team, I would say. In a 2v2 especially. In a 4v4 scenario, it's more likely to save for Drogoth, but unless you're doing quite well in a 2v2 or 1v1, unlikely you're going to be saving up 5k really quick in the beginning. BraBox is going for Mirkwoods, as he's got himself a level 2 barracks now. Level 2 barracks are quite precious. Level 3 barracks is even more so for elves, so you want to keep those alive. They cost a lot to upgrade. And of course the units you bring out of them are expensive. It's not particularly something you want to lose if possible. Waldar is out on the field now. It looks like MayShadow is going to make a push against Matty with Waldar and his thralls. He's using Rudar Spearmen and the Exors because they are all benefiting from the leadership from Waldar, the Hillman leadership. And also, it's just good to have pikes with your archers. That's a general rule of thumb. Especially when the enemy has cav. Makes sense. There are, of course, 2 inns in this map as well. Looks like Angmar has one. And he can get rid of Hillman if he wants, which are essentially Wildmen. And I believe they also benefit from the Hillman leadership, which is pretty cool for Waldar. Down goes the Elven Wood. Definitely don't want to fight on that. MayShadow has 3 battalions of Wolf Riders and a bunch of Dire Wolves there. It's an army that could do a lot of damage, but of course they're just not going to want to run into some pikes. It's supposed to be a little bit more clever than just throwing them over the enemy there, which luckily he was clever enough to do. Looks like Turin, the Goblin player, has a signifier, as where BraBox has a signifier over here, which will of course give him vision of this area. He can see pretty far into the enemy base with that. Not too far, but decently far. We have Frozen Land for MayShadow now. We have Arrow Volley for Matty. Of course, we have the Tamed Land for Turin, and we have Elven Woods there. Or BraBox. Turin's going to try and make a push again. Although Matty has some proper... they're not proper cabs. They're still both Gunner Knights, but at least there's more than one of them. 1 battalion of cav usually gets slowed down. 2 gives you a little more oomph to push through there. We do have an Azog in the field as well. Very nice. And he'll begin cutting his way through there. Not taking a ton of damage, so he should be good to sit there and fight for a bit. He is, of course, giving money for kills as he does his brigandage thing, which can be pretty useful. Looks like a builder had been cut out there, unfortunately for Matty. Builder dead. That'll cost him 500 or 400 if he has the banners, which he does, to get another builder. Which, of course, most of the time you're going to want to get another builder because you're going to be needing to replace your building if you lose. If you're not, well, you probably should be. Looks like BraBox is now making an offensive here against MayShadow. MayShadow does have himself some Dark Rangers, though. Dark Rangers Thralls. He's starting to upgrade to the Angmar Elites, which could be pretty good. I think Turin is going on the offensive against BraBox as well. Trying to do some damage to his economy, it looks like. Nice thing about half-troll swordsmen is they can't be trampled by any cav, so the German Lancers are not going to do a whole lot, but the archers, Merkwoods here, are doing the business. And they are all dead. We've got Thillians now for Matty. And he's bringing forth the might of Gondor. And Rohan, I guess. Combined might of Gondor and Rohan. Such as the Men of the West. It's looking a lot better for the top team than it was previously. At the beginning of the game, it was looking pretty savage. Both of them were on the defensive. Now it looks like they're both on the offensive for the most part. It's a nice turnaround there. So we do have armor upgrades on BraBox's Cav. Putting on Cav is always a good choice, so they'll live a little bit longer. Not to mention they just look fancy in their golden armor. Of course, you can start giving that to Mithlon sentries if he wants to, and his Lorian archers for added survivability. A lot of players actually don't go for upgrades quick enough, in my opinion. Upgrades could be pretty big. I myself have a tendency to forget about upgrades, but I'm terrible, so that's fair enough. But if you're a good player, you're probably looking to get upgrades at some point. Give you the edge on your opponents. But at the same time, if you go for upgrades too soon, you don't have enough money to support it. Or even an army to equip it to. Not very useful, is it? So you gotta time it right, I guess. And here we go, BraBox is fighting right in front of MayShadow's base. Swaldar did just summon some Hillmen with his level 5 ability. Right in the flank of BraBox's troops. And it looks like even on the Elven Wood, the Elves will get slaughtered here. Which is too many Hillmen. On the other side of the map, it seems we have quite the opposite going on. It looks like Matty is making an aggressive push here against Turin. Doing decent, although the Barrow White Summon is throwing off his army a bit, causing fear and beating the crap out of them. Actually doing pretty well. I have a tendency to not go for the Barrow Whites over the Orc Summon. Sometimes Barrow Whites will do a lot more damage because they heal themselves with every hit, and they scare the enemy a little bit. They are incredibly slow, though. But they are quite fierce. I may actually start going for those more so. I know the power of them, I just never utilize it. I prefer to just get a mass blight and have a few that way. Alright, we got some Rohirrim out in the field now. There we go. Dropped one Barrow Whites. They are getting close to despawning, but he can bring them down now with his archers and such. Boromir's in the field as well. There he is. Chopping some dudes, as he do. Turin trying desperately to go on the offensive, but I feel like Matty has a bit much now. One Goblin Warrior Battalion is not going to be able to do anything because he has Cav. So harassment's going to be difficult. Boromir, of course, is going to level up and get that Horn of Gondor at level 2. Which really should be on level 3, let's be real. But it's a super powerful ability. Alright, Waldar's out. Is this the edition where he has the dude from... Oh no, it's Tormund, I believe. I think he actually is literally Tormund from Game of Thrones. He has Tormund's face, which is very cool and very fitting. It's hard to show because guys are always moving. You can kind of see it. But you have to make it a really good look at it, of course. So when you call him Tormund, it makes sense in this case. The fort is going down a bit. The Rohirrim summon has been called. It is rally called as well, and they're trying desperately to bring down the fort of MayShadow. Does MayShadow have Snowbind? No, he does not. I think MayShadow might be in a pickle here. He's got Direwolves and a few Rudar Spearmen, but some Mithlin Sentries are here as well to keep those under control. I think MayShadow might lose his fort here. See there's an arrow volley there as well. Azog's on the field over here trying to help defend. Oh, it's going to be close. I think the Rohirrim summon will despawn or die before they kill the forts. But of course he's had to spend so much resources and time defending his fortress. BraBox will be ready with his next push probably before he's recovered. So probably not good for him. We shall see. Turin, of course, is still trying to get that farm. This is the problem I feel for Goblins late game. But also, it's kind of the player's fault. Is that they rely too heavily on Goblin Warriors late game when they're not really useful. Because you will find these Goblin Warriors will just get butchered. But at the same time, you're probably not going to be pumping out armies of half-troll marauders. I feel like he could have done like half-trolls, Goblin Archers, and Spider Riders would have been pretty good. No Spider Riders for Turin is Interesting choice, considering how many archers the enemy is bringing to him. Looks like we do have an end summon here. The Snowbind is ready, and MayShadow will put it on his ally's fortress. There is the Boromir Horn combined with some long shots, clearing out the Goblin rabble. Long shot is extremely useful for Goblins because they are so weak they'll die to it. I don't know if I say these Ents dying to anything here anytime soon though. I think Turin is in a lot of trouble, and of course BraBox is going to put some aggression on MayShadow, so he can't get send too much aid over there. One of the Ents has fallen though. Usually get that Ent targeting the fort, I think. Goes another long shot, clearing out some more Goblins. I guess he got the arrow tower. Plus the arrow towers is good, I suppose. It's not like they're cheap. And BraBox is about to take the fortress of MayShadow, it looks like. He's got Forge Blaze, he's got heavy armor, and he's also got debuffs. We have Karsh on the field for MayShadow. Already nice. Well, it looks like neither player has lost their fort yet. MayShadow is literally a sneeze away from losing his fortress. And his Snowbind is gone. So I think he will probably lose it very shortly. And he doesn't have anywhere near Blight or anything. He's kind of near, I suppose. One big, well-placed attack with a Blight could be a Tide Turner, but we'll see if that happens or not. 12 power points after getting a Spiderling allies. Interesting he went for Spiderling allies. Most players do not, I find. He chose not to go for Scavenger, probably because he has Azog on the field most of the time, which makes sense. If you have Azog around, it doesn't stack with Scavenger, so if you're getting Scavenger and you have Azog there, it's kind of a waste of time. But at the same time, if Azog is not in the area and you're like harassing a farm, you're killing guys without Azog around, Scavenger is still useful. You have Morgamir there. Level 4 almost. And we're trying to bring down Karsh with the Spear Throw, because Angmar's Spear Throw not very good at single target damage, unlike Eowyn. His sister is much better at throwing the spear, turns out. A single target, but his sister's better with a spear than he is. Goes bad, man. Alright, and come the Lorien Warriors with their lightsabers. Oh, MayShadow is in a very bad way. He's surrounded by elves, beset on all sides. He should really demolish some of these wall hubs to get some money. I think at this point it probably doesn't matter, but you know, you get like an extra 100 back or something. I don't know what it is. I think you get half actually. How much is the wall hub? 150? I can't remember. So not quite. We got some snow trolls out, although they did just get brutalized by charging through some pikes. And the Merkwood's finished them off. Oh man, it's very tense. The southern team, you can feel it. Their struggle for survival is real. They're giving it quite a fight though. As I'd expect from MayShadow and Turin. Both of them are very good players. MayShadow especially is quite good. But it looks like today is not his day. Ah, we got the water. In the water. The water that comes from fuck knows where. Looks like that'll give him the break he needs, it looks like. Oh, I love it when he eats the builder. Yes. Yes. Watcher is always keen on having a snack on a builder. He will also eat your friendly units, by the way. 2.2 version 7, he doesn't damage your friendly units by standing next to it anymore, but he will occasionally have a snack on one of them. So still not advisable to stand next to it. Ooh, Azog is not in a good spot. Hopefully he does have his battle rage going, but yeah. We did have a blight happen over here on this side. Although it doesn't look like it has changed the outcome too much over here. Air volley being used on the Angmar forts. Don't think it actually does anything to buildings. Although it looks cool having a little fire in the center of that. Oh, there we go. Turin's been defeated. MayShadowF has been defeated. And the victors are BraBox and Matty. Cool. Very good game. Nice comeback. I thought the southern team was going to win that one, actually, in the beginning. But the northern team managed to completely reverse the game and pull out a victory. It's pretty good. Good teamwork as well between both teams, I feel like. They helped each other out a lot. Which is what you want to do in a 2v2. You don't want to just play 1v1 on each side and when your ally dies, you just kind of leave. It's not ideal. So yeah, good teamwork. Good stuff. Good game. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed that cast, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you all next time.